Welcome to the Smoke Podcast. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Smoke Podcast.
You know what the best today about today is? We got Rick back. What's up, Rick?
Yes.
That's the best thing about today. We got Rick back.
Thanks.
Man,
Rick.
Appreciate
it. Good to be back, Smoke Family.
I hope you heard the prayers coming out from
I
Smoke
did,
Family.
man. And to take a moment before we get started, man, I want to thank everyone for their thoughts, their prayers during the time that my daughter had a little incident. I'm not sure if you showed it, everybody, but my daughter was shot twice in the head. Drive-by.
Yeah.
Just wrong
place at wrong time. Isn't that
wasn't
something?
meant for her. And again, in honor to God, it wasn't her time. Nothing critical was hit. No major organs.
Right.
She got some damage to her lower clavicle. She was hitting her jaw, so she's got to get some reconstructive surgery to the bones in her jaw and whatnot like that, man. But God is good, man.
Hey, that's all we can
She's still
say,
here.
man.
She's in good health.
That's the most important thing, Rick.
Absolutely.
That is
but
the
man,
most
thank you
important
guys
thing.
for your thoughts and your prayers, man. It meant a lot, man. I missed the show terribly.
It seemed
I
like
missed smoking. I was just telling Ike, this is the first smoke I've had.
Oh, really? Since you've been
August,
here?
man. Since the incident.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing my share of drinking and the other type of smoking.
Yeah.
To just calm my nerves.
Hey, as long as you're smoking something, right?
Yeah. But this is the first time I've chiefed a real stick. So, man, but shout out. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Right on.
Man. Ike, what's been going on?
Man, still recovering from this election crap. It's like every time I turn the news on, and I'm gonna tell you who I'm waiting to see. Uncle Tim Scott smiling when Trump appoints him to some low life. Like, we gonna appoint you over, making sure that the fried chicken from KFC is fried correctly, because he ain't gonna get no damn real job. I'm like,
he ain't gonna get no real job.
Come on, it's sad.
I do hope it work out for him. I don't see it working out for him, but I hope it work out for him.
Well, if you've got Bitcoin, I mean, you can kind of thank Trump, because now your Bitcoin is worth more.
No, dude, no. I ain't gonna lie. Smoke fam, I made a ton of money off of Tesla. I bet some Tesla options, and I bet they were going to go through the roof, and they did.
Wow. Good deal.
And got out of it soon because it's dropping now.
Right, obviously, yeah.
So, I mean, but, here's my thing with that. Business people, all of us are going to make money.
Yeah, absolutely.
His core people, they still going to be broke. I hate to say it like that. Because what he affect, and then this stock market effect, the question is how long is it going to last? Right. Because as soon as he starts, it's not sustainable. Soon as he take office, that's when.
Yeah.
Because the things he got planned is bad, man.
Hey, some of the stuff, as I was listening to it, I'm not mad. Because
the country got what they wanted.
There you go. You got what you wanted. So I think we gonna be okay. I do worry about my kids and grandkids.
Right.
But it's our job now to leave them in a better place than our parents left us.
Yep.
So that's I think that's what we work with.
The value system of just morality was at stake.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. But smart people during this time will take advantage.
Take advantage of it,
and pay attention to the trends, because they're coming. Things are going to get a little bit easier as far as the economy is concerned, as far as banking, really in terms of business.
I'm gonna give it 9 months from now, and then that's when.
I don't think it's gonna take that long.
Shit gonna hit the fan.
Because,
you don't think it's 9 months?
Because some
months?
of the people that he is put into these positions are extremists. They're like far right. I mean, if you go back and listen to some of the stuff that they saying, I mean,
the dude talking about, day one, he getting rid of all.
And then when this what tripped me out right here. The question that the interviewer asked him is, how are you going to decide who in the family to send back? He said, we're just going to send the whole family back. Send all of them back.
But like I said, pay attention, people. We're going to pay for that.
Yeah, we're going to pay for that.
We're going to pay for that. It's going to affect the bottom line of everyone in this nation at some point financially to make a move like that.
Yeah.
So.
But at the same time, the rich are going to get richer.
Oh, absolutely.
They already did. They won. They won stock.
The stock market went up 1,200
That
was your first real indicator.
This guy
there.
told me,
The
he
stock
said if
market
you'd have
went
took
straight up.
$500 and you put it in JPM and you put it in Tesla, the way Tesla was going, if you played, I forgot how he said it, but he said if that $500 in 2 weeks could have turned into $15 million if you'd have played it. You'd played it. You had to keep. I mean, but you had to stay on that shit. But you had to play it. But that would have been worth it.
That's been worth it right there.
The people in the stock market are smiling their ass
They
off.
smiling
they
their ass. Everybody I know called me. It's
They
like,
gamble.
It's like, Fabian, I don't know what everybody else was looking at,
Right.
but my portfolio went up.
And you know what? And here's the I had a guy that I kind of respect. You know, he was like, Trump's gonna win, to me, and I was like, why you said that? He said because it's gonna make sense for businesses.
Yeah. And
he says I listen to these podcasts. He says the business community is behind Trump because they know what they got versus
and they know what they did when he was in.
and they know exactly.
They
so
know what he did
and
before.
sure enough,
And honestly, Rick, whoever in this room that has a business or has money in the stock market, honestly, that's who we should have voted for. If that's all we cared about.
But we voted with our emotions.
We voted with our emotions.
We voted on the morality.
Morality,
man.
yeah. And then
and that was the thing. The dude was a tacky dude.
Yeah.
You know,
a good
he was
friend
a
of mine.
convict and all that stuff.
Yeah, all that
but
stuff.
we voted with our emotions, and not our pockets.
Not our pockets.
A good friend of mine sent me a video of black people who voted for Trump out of Atlanta, and you should have saw the idiots they had. This guy pulls up in a Rolls Royce with a bunch of Magna hats, and he's giving them out, and these Negroes were oh so happy to throw away their Atlanta Falcons hat or their Atlanta Braves hat and put on a red Magna hat, and then their explanations behind why they were going to vote for Trump. One guy said, because Trump tells it like it is, he speaks his mind. I'm like, bro, that's all you got. That's all you got. That's the requirement.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. So
Yeah.
anyway, man, my guy Kenny Beach hooked me up with a couple Cuban cigars. Oh my goodness,
Were they good?
they were good. I think I
that's not
sat
what we
sat
smoking,
outside. I know we're not smoking a Cuban.
Hey, it's like, I saw Cohiba, and I'm like, huh?
But guess what? I'm going to Curacao this weekend. I'm gonna bring y'all something back. I ain't gonna do like Kimberly. I ain't gonna go
Ain't no
700
talk-
miles
she ain't here.
and not bring
She
y'all
ain't here.
nothing
She
back.
ain't-
Well, that's why she was here. I'd say it. I'll make
We
sure I
love
bring some
Kimberly.
cigars back.
They're
I'm
going to troll you while you're not here. We love you, Tim.
I'm gonna make sure I bring us some cigars back from Curacao.
But now, these are the Cohiba Rivera, and the reason I got these because my guy Randy, he got me one for my birthday, and I liked it, and I said, well, let me get some of these. These are real tight.
It's smooth.
Yeah, real smooth.
and we got for our libations today.
We had a woman on the show, so
Talk
we
about
like,
it.
you know what? We gonna get us some. What is
Sir
it?
Davis.
Sir Davis.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll let it start on that.
No. We gonna take a break. We're gonna bring our guest in because she's
Okay.
tried it too.
Right.
and we gonna see,
Yeah,
you know,
she's got
the
an interesting
consistency.
perspective. In
Yeah,
terms of
we're gonna
what it
see the
tastes like, too.
consistency on
Although
what it tastes
look,
like.
I see some ice swimming in her whiskey, so it's probably not whiskey
Yeah,
per se.
it ain't
no
as brown
more.
no
It's
more.
not as
Yeah,
brown
it's
anymore.
bright skinned.
Yeah, but you know what? I tell you what, beautiful bottle.
Yeah, they nailed the
Beautiful bottle.
packaging.
The packaging is insanely great.
And I don't know how much influence she had on that, but Moet Hennessy.
I'm sure it had a lot to it.
Moet
'cause
Hennessy is a
the
luxury
horse,
house, so
yeah,
it's kind of.
the horse is tight on there.
Yeah, the horse is. What's up? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they make
And
it silver.
Texas. In Texas, it's
Yeah.
actually bottled and distilled in Texas.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
All right, Smoke Fam, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna get more into this Sir Davis and then this wonderful stick to go with it, and we're gonna talk a lot with our new guest. So Smoke Fam, stay right there. We'll be right back.
We'll be back. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Smoke
Yes,
Podcast.
yes.
Man, we got Rick back. We got Fabian here. I'm here. We got Sir Davis, and we got this quite beautiful young lady
Oh,
on the show.
Thank you very much.
Racheal, what's going on?
Miss Racheal.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
And she's smoking and drinking with us.
Smoking and
Smoking
drinking
and drinking with
talking
us.
shit.
She been talking
And
shit.
talking shit too.
Yeah.
Don't leave that part off. Don't leave that off right there.
I tell you what, man, it's always cool when we got a woman come in here and they trying to hang with us, right?
Hey,
So far, she's
wrong be wrong.
doing it.
That's all.
I don't think we've had one on that
Other
couldn't
than her
hang.
Ice Cube, other than her Ice Cube drowning over there, you know,
You might want to just pull that on out right now.
because it's diluted now.
I totally agree. I totally agree. It's not,
So
the best.
since we'll ask you first, what did you think of the Sir Davis?
It really just reminded me of Jack Daniel's whiskey honey.
Tell the truth.
Oh wow, you know what? That's a really good one right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
And so I've had better whiskey that had a little bit more fuller taste to it.
Let's get that price point. Why is she talking about better whiskey now?
What is
So-
the price point?
It's priced like better whiskey.
I don't know what the price is. So if you can find it, if you're in a city that happens to distribute this, you probably pay about $69, $79, I would say between $70 and $80. But because I bought it online, I had to ship it via FedEx. This junk cost me like almost $120.
Well, you know,
Does
when
it
I was
only
in
come in one size?
It's only
Okay.
one.
When I was in Chicago, they had it, but they were out, and I think they were selling it for $79. I think you're right on point. They were talking about $80.
So you know, for my brothers and sisters, you know,
Hey, we spend no expense over here. We spend no expense.
Hey, it's about the experience.
Yeah,
it's about the experience.
We tried before y'all tried.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we go back to
Because we told y'all about Lachey.
Yeah, can we talk about
The
experience?
Portier
Can we
was
talk
it?
about experience right quick? So last week, Rick sent us some Uncle Nearest, Nearest Green.
Nearest Green. That shit's
So
good.
I was like, this is pretty good. So then I go by Rick's shop at 3481 Austin P.
Yes.
And Rick had like 5 bottles up there on the shelf.
How many you
I
got?
got 3.
I mean, but you know what?
Because I was going to a function and I wanted to leave something behind, and then I wanted to bring something back home. So that's why I bought the multiple bottles. And listen, I think that Uncle Nearest Green is my new daily sipper. Because it's not that super expensive, which you don't daily sip.
What's the price point on that night?
I paid $29.99. I thought Rick, I was like, damn, let me get 3 because Rick didn't mislabel the damn price. Let me get it before they figure it out.
Nah, look, real talk. Shout out to Fawn and everything she's done for the Nearest Green family, because this is the first bottle that she's actually has. It's not Uncle Nearest, it's Nearest Green. It's
Nearest
actually
Green, yeah.
the brother's name that was distiller for Jack Daniels. Secondly, she made a more approachable bourbon. If you tried the rest in the collection, they're heavy, they're 100 proof,
Yeah.
and
To shout out to Randy.
single barrel that Randy can't get out of his mind, PTSD. Yeah, all of those are pretty stout whiskeys, man. They're perfect for cocktails and things like that.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
a real whiskey novice, just a little piece of ice. The Nearest Green, on the other hand, it's actually
so
smooth
good.
out of the bottle. When I had a cold last week, which is why I couldn't make it.
And that's why you're talking so much
sick.
about it.
Yeah, it comes out of the bottle right. I mean, I don't think you need ice or anything for it.
You don't?
Yeah, you don't need to make a cocktail out of it. It's a perfect sipping whiskey. So shout out to Fawn and the people over there at Uncle Nearest for that one. That was a good encore
It's a way to
the
introduce.
opening line.
It's a way to introduce people who are not traditional whiskey drinkers to
the
try
brand.
it.
To the brand.
Yeah, because
Yeah, to the brand.
Who wants to spend $100 for something they might drink?
Right. She came in at $30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she came in-
And
yeah.
most people do that backwards. They come out with the more approachable one, and then they, go into the more single barrels and all the 100 proofs and barrel proof stuff. So
And so Smoke Fan Rick got plenty of it.
yeah, plenty.
He got plenty of it. But this Sir Davis, I tell you what, I'm like I came in here, he said, I'm not really expecting a whole lot on this. And I was the same way. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot because, celebrity brands come out and, it's hit or miss.
So,
And most of them are miss.
yeah. So here's what Google has to say about it. Or it says, who makes Sir Davis whiskey? Sir Davis is an American whiskey launched in 2024. So now most whiskeys needs to age for
A couple of years.
at least a couple of years.
Give me a couple of years on it.
So maybe they were anticipating this coming out 2 years ago, But it tastes like they just started
Right.
January the 1st.
Right.
It's about 6 months old. So and
Was
they
this
said
just by Beyonce fully, or was
so.
Jay-Z involved?
It's a joint venture between Moet Hennessy
Okay.
and Beyonce Knowles Carter. So Sir Davis.
Well,
is
you know, I
named
don't like
after-
Hennessy, so it's about the same. About right.
It's named after her great grandfather, Davis Hogue, a Prohibition era moonshiner and farmer in the American South.
They maybe should have got. They probably should have went and got his recipe.
Interesting.
Yeah, because
That's the story.
so here's the
the story.
The true story is Old Dominic. Old Dominic has got this toddy, and when they discovered a single bottle in the warehouse, they shipped it off to California and said, "We want y'all to make it." Well, they had all the ingredients except for one,
water.
the Memphis water.
Yeah.
So so essentially it never got to where they wanted it to be. So then they shipped it back, and then they did the distillery Old Dominic's downtown, and they used the Memphis water and the same ingredients, and bam, it's back to where they wanted to be.
And Smoke Fam know this. Memphis has some of the best water in the country.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks to the Waterfords, the you know,
No,
the
thanks to
aquifers,
God.
the aquifers down there. I'm like, how the hell an audience member thank MLGW?
MSGW, boy, I swear.
Hey,
my God.
how the hell you charge us for free water?
Seriously. Seriously.
Hey, it ain't no different than them guys trying to prohibit the flowers that God created. They won't let us smoke it. So it's no different.
Yeah.
Right.
So Rachel, what's going on with you?
Yes, we've been ignoring you. I'm sorry.
We
Oh,
had to
not
talk
at
about
all.
everything.
Not at all. Y'all are great. Well, you know, just life, living life. Excited to be here. I started my nonprofit, Main Up Memphis.
Main Up Memphis.
I got to plug that.
And then also you doing your,
MAIN, MANE.
MANE.
I mean, how many times you gonna spell it? How you gonna main up?
Spell Maine, MAIN. Maine is
But
Maine.
no,
That's
it's
Maine.
like Maine,
Maine.
like
Maine.
a lion.
It's like
Yeah,
Maine.
like Maine, real Memphis.
Yeah,
We
real. I'm
with
Memphis.
Right.
So what does Main Up Memphis do?
We are a nonprofit, a direct provider for mental health services, financial literacy, and interpersonal skills for individuals from 11 to 25 and their families.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Now I also saw you got a website. I mean, you got a podcast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it better than ours?
I don't think it's better than y'all's. You know, I
just
love.
messing with
You
you,
know,
just
I think
messing
it's
with you.
just like a.
No, you doing your thing. As long as you doing it, because you've been talking about it for a while, right?
Yeah. Well, it's two different ones. So the one that you just saw recently is one of me and my really good friends, and so we wanted to do a podcast that was scripted but unscripted. So it's a 10-minute podcast. It's on TikTok. We pull out like a little. I don't know what you call those things. Like they do at bingo where they turn it and then you pull the little
That's how you get your
ideas.
Your
Yeah.
topic.
So we put all the ideas in there and we just turn it and then whatever we pull, that's what we
what you
talk
talk
about.
about.
And it's called Punch the Clock. And we literally
Is it
punch the
kind of
clock.
like what we do?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty
You know,
Yeah.
I had a lady ask me, because, you know, the Smoke Podcast was nominated by the Tri-State Defender as the best of podcasts in the city of Memphis.
I put my vote in, no doubt.
So I had a lady ask me, she said, so what is she says, describe to me the podcast, the Smoke Podcast. I said, basically, we smoke cigars, we drink whiskey, and we talk shit.
Basically, I mean,
Period.
I always describe it to people when you and your friends go to a cigar bar and y'all just sitting in a cigar bar, you're drinking, you're smoking, you're laughing, telling jokes. Like my boy Randy likes to say, we telling lies, we doing all that stuff. I mean, that's pretty much what the show's about.
Yep.
And we bring on guests like you,
Hey.
and we let you pub what you got going on, and then we just talk shit with you, and then you join the crowd. We drinking, we having fun, we fellowshipping. We got people come in and they hang out.
Hollywood and brought a brand new deck of cards.
We gonna play some cards afterwards. I mean, shit. That's
That's it right there.
basically is Negroes.
Y'all touch on some social and economic
Absolutely.
issues.
Absolutely.
We
we
have
gonna
some
get you
guests.
out. Yeah, we gonna get you
We have
out.
some guests over here that have some messages. So you know,
Yeah.
it's not all.
And we have some that don't
all
have
time.
anything to say.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, it's a good mixture.
It's a good
Absolutely.
mixture, man. We try to teach you something
There you
as
go.
we drinking and smoking and all
Right.
that good
There's
stuff.
a
So
message.
Rachel, you look like you enjoying that cigar. You know, once we got it cut and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm a cigars person. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teach you how to hold it or something.
Yeah, we gotta teach
Is
you
that
how
what
to
you
hold
want me
it.
to do?
That's what I
That's
want
what you want me to do?
Like
Yeah.
you about to burn yourself.
I don't know.
You might want to go ahead Tap that
I got
ass.
Type that ash.
There you go.
Is it tap that ash?
Tap that ass.
I thought he said ass too.
Yeah.
Ash.
Ash.
I got you.
Ash.
Ash. ASH. That's actually the name of a cigar lounge in Vegas. Tap that ash. Yeah,
You been
Tap
there?
That Ash.
That's
Yeah,
your
I've been
spot,
there.
ain't it?
Well,
He like tapping
the
ashes.
one time I went, I had a great time. So yes, I think that would be appropriate. So yeah, so this Sir Davis, I know people are gonna ask me. So Ike, what did you think? If I gave it from a 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 5. It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not $100 good though.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
You think she made it for women?
I think that part of it, but like my wife.
Looking at the bottle.
So here's a
Looking at the
good
bottle.
example. My wife, who does not drink whiskey, when I got ready to walk out the house with it this morning, she said, "Where you going with our whiskey?" I'm like, "Our?" I'm like, "I'm taking it to the Smoke Podcast." She said, "Well, you didn't buy 2 bottles?" I said, "For what?" I said, I have low expectations. I said, "It's probably going to be that good." So I said, "Well, I tell you what, I'll bring you some back home." But she don't even drink whiskey. But you're right. That's who I think that's who they're targeting.
Because if
Yeah,
you look at
her
the bottling,
audience.
I can say that. Because that bottle is something that I can see women after they done drinking, they put some flowers or some shit in it.
Yep.
Right.
So if you've been following Beyonce for her last little set, that bottle is just a representation of her Renaissance tour. That style, that curve, that everything, that aesthetics of it, that's how her platform was. So she's been basically going on this Renaissance tour. That's why there's a horse on it.
And does she do like Kevin Hart when she walks out on stage and she needs something to wet her palate? She like bring me some whiskey out.
I doubt it.
Because Kevin Hart, he everywhere. If Kevin Hart's on, I don't care what talk show or whatever he's on, he gonna have him some whatever that stuff is.
Well, as much as Beyonce move around, if this is her hydration, she gonna fall out. She gonna faint.
I don't know.
She gonna faint.
So, I mean, but you know what? That's a good
interesting.
point.
That's
That's a good
interesting.
point. That's a good point.
Because the men on this podcast would have never connected that.
You know, and
We're not supposed to though.
Right. True.
I mean, we're not supposed to.
But I was like, okay.
If we did, I'd be
wonderful-
questioning.
Right.
Beyonce is a wonderful businesswoman, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because after the Renaissance, we all talking about it, when they were selling all the tickets, they were like $2,000, $3,000. People were not even paying their rent and mortgage to go to these shows. So she was like, "Well, I'm gonna make sure that everybody can see the show," and she put it in specific movie theaters and charged another $50 to go see that, and it was only for a limited amount of time.
$50.
Yes.
Did you see it, Ike?
Here in Memphis, it was $25. It only played at the Cohiba Theater.
Okay.
So she did that.
It's market
and then,
specific.
Exactly.
Okay.
A woman is phenomenal at what she
No,
does.
Hey, she getting her money. I ain't
She
mad at
doing
that.
it. And then she dropped that country album. And then she dropped this liquor. I mean, it was back to back to back to back, but it's all within the same marketing. I honestly don't know why Beyonce did this, because if you really pay attention to her, she's not a drinker. She doesn't drink. She's always said that. And so for her to come out with this liquor, I feel like you were saying, a lot of different celebrities and artists and stuff, they're trying to go into other lanes.
Right.
And I don't know why everybody's picking liquor to go into. Like, it's not
It's the
other
easiest.
things.
It's the easiest.
Not everybody.
Is it
Not
though?
everybody. Not everybody.
Let
I
me
feel
break
like
it down.
it's
Break
not
it
that
down, Rick.
easy.
Rick gonna break it down.
Let me break
I
it
feel
down.
like these people have a lot of money and they just want
They
to
do.
jump into things and they don't really have a passion for
Again,
it.
But here's the deal.
Hold on, before you say that, I'm gonna let you say your point. Remember, this just came out in 2024.
So this
Good
year-
whiskey has to age at least for a couple of years. So did she walk on the Moet Hennessy? And they said, because that's what Kevin Hart did. Kevin Hart went to the place where they grew did the tequila, and he figured out the one he wanted, and he tasted it, and he said, "Yeah, put my name on that." Is that what Beyonce? I know you don't know, but
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing. I totally, because these people are just they have enough means to
I
do
can see
it.
that because I can see.
She can sell anything.
You brought up a good point. I think that was made for women because it's a sweetness in here that I just don't.
It's
an artificial sweet.
It's an artificial
rye
sweet.
and it's
So
barley.
go ahead, Rick.
It's
Go ahead,
rye
Rick.
and it's barley. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 different levels. To your point, a lot of celebrities get involved with these liquor brands because they don't own the liquor brands. They don't own the sweat and tears that went into making this band and bottling this brand. Moet Hennessy had this bottle of whiskey shelved, and they thought, how do we sell this? We get someone as a brand ambassador. It's not her brand. She owns a percentage of it. She owns a percent, like Diddy.
Yeah.
Diddy, I know we anti-Diddy now.
No, we not. Wait a minute. Let's just so that everybody's clear. We are not anti-Diddy here. He has not been convicted. If we can elect a freaking guy that's been convicted of 34, let's give Diddy a little grace. That's all I'm saying.
I still play R. Kelly music.
There you go. Speak the truth.
Well, that is true.
I'm not canceling.
But that's what these brands do. They've got so many barrels of product shelved that they can't move, so they sign someone on as a brand ambassador. All of these celebrities that sign on the brand, Kevin Hart, from 50 Cent, Diddy, they sign on and they get 3%, 4% of future sales. Now, again, these become billion-dollar brands, and only thing they have to do is have a couple of shots with it, or have it posted up at their events or whatever.
Yeah.
And they get this percentage. It's free money.
Yeah,
That's all you have to do.
I ain't mad at her.
Beyonce ain't gotta like this.
No.
All thing she got to do is be
But
thin,
here's
take
the
a
problem,
couple of
here's the
pictures
problem,
with
Rick.
it. So it's a money end on that end. But back to the blending of it, they made it rye for women because most men like bourbon, which is corn.
Yeah.
We like something a little bit more hefty. This has nuances of wheat and barley, and it's put in sherry cask, which is making it kind of sweet. It's not a bourbon that a novice like myself or any of these guys. Well, again, it's.
But you're actually a whiskey
she's making
drinker.
it more appealing to women because if I pulled out a bourbon that I drank, you probably frown at it, and I'm not sure how deep of a drinker you are. But again, that's the whole marketing thing behind this. Moet Hennessy didn't need no more money, but they'll sign on to get millions, if not billions of bottles sold of this with her endorsement and just make more money.
That's what I'm saying. That's a great point because that's why I asked earlier, was Jay-Z a part of this?
No.
And for him not to be a part of it, yeah.
Jay-Z has Douce and Armand de Brignac, the Ace of Spades.
I was going to say the Ace of Spades.
Jay-Z owns 28% of Armand de Brignac, which is a champagne that's been around hundreds of years. He just bought into it, used it.
But he created Ace of Spades, right?
No,
he didn't create it.
That brand has been around for hundreds of years.
Oh, that's the one that you're naming right now.
Yeah,
so what was the second one you named?
Douce is a cognac that's been around. It probably didn't have the notoriety. It just depends on what that business structure is. If I got a brand out here that, damn, I can't move cases, let me get a celebrity and endorse it, and what is it worth to me? I'll say, okay, I give you 30% of future sales. That becomes $1 billion brand.
So here's
when it's sold off, you get 30% of whatever is sold off. That's like, it could be 50,
easy
60
business.
billion. Yeah.
Right.
And you ain't got to do nothing
easy.
but just take a couple of pictures, be seen with it.
Put a horse on it.
Jay-Z can think that champagne is shit.
So let me ask you this. What about Terramana? Because that's rocks.
Yeah.
So is it the
Rock
same type of...
own it.
Same
So,
thing.
right.
Same
And
thing.
what about... what's
Clooney,
that?
you got
Clooney.
George
That's what I was
Clooney,
going to say.
George-
So
Not
none of
Clooney's.
them...
So does
none of
anybody
them-
have their own liquor that they actually...
They don't know. They don't know. Again, most all of the tequilas are made in Mexico. If they're really good tequilas, they find
no
to
one
Rick's
has bought
point,
land in Mexico and
Exactly.
growing agave plants,
Except-
and crushing and making their own stuff.
I want my
except for
influence to be this big.
So here's what just happened.
But these are
the people that
billion-dollar
own
brands. What do
Ramirez-
they care about giving you 400, 500?
Yeah.
But that's not even the point. My point is I want to be able to just say, all right, put my name on it because I come with this built-in audience. We know that they're going to buy,
That's
support
automatic.
anything with
That's
my
automatic.
name on it.
That's
I
automatic.
just say,
But
I love that capitalism.
Yeah.
I need it.
But it's the thing. These brands
All
have
of
been
us do.
around before Beyonce was born.
Right, and I agree. They promote it like it's theirs, and I know it's a part of the marketing because you just gave me the teach promote behind it.
I want to make this point. When I walked into R&R at 3481 Austin P, when you walk into Rick's place and you make that left, bam, right there, he got a cutout of Kevin Hart. He got a cutout of The Rock. He got a cutout of somebody else holding whatever they're selling. If you look at Rick's whiskey, by the whiskey, it's about 100 damn whiskeys. You have to know that this was what you want, and that's the piece that I think they're gonna have a hard time overcoming. Is basically shelf space. Because if it ain't selling, Rick gonna be moving that shit back on the back
Nah,
somewhere.
that ain't what he gonna do. Hey man, you want to buy a bottle, man? I'm selling 2 for $1.
Wait, I just like to your point. I just bought in Shay shit. Excuse me.
48.
What's his name?
The 48.
Shay. His name ain't Shay. What's his name?
Shannon Sharp.
I just bought in his stuff. Okay, he's got a shelf space this big, and it's behind the counter. Because one, He priced himself out of the market. It's the most expensive freaking cognac I've got.
Yeah. How much is it?
It's $110.
Yeah.
And I'm selling Remy and God knows whatever.
Is it worth it though?
Hell.
We had it on it on the show. No. We had it on the show, and that was a consensus. Yeah. That nobody liked it.
It was horrible.
Now, did I drink it? Yes, I did because I bought it. And the bottle looked good. Like
Bottle's cute.
said, bottle's
but they
cute.
even do that on his podcast. They be like, well, it's good.
Well, even Shannon mixes his with Diet Mountain Dew.
And
that tells you it's nasty.
Yeah.
And I mean, that make it worse. That make it worse because, I mean, you know, if you can't drink cognac by itself, why are you drinking it?
Right. Same with whiskey.
Same with whiskey. If you can't drink, if you got to make a phantom drink to drink it, why is it good then? Mm-hmm. I mean, you can buy anything just to make a drink, you know. Right. But you know, so you might have a fire sale in the Le Portier.
So Rick, what do you think of this, Sir Davis? 1 to 10. Just give it a 1 to 10.
1 to 10. I'm where you are. 5. You've got a 1.
Y'all being kind.
And again,
I'm just gonna say y'all being kind. Y'all been saying all this other stuff. I really feel like y'all been rating it at a 3.
Your description was well. You compared it to something out there that's a fifth of the price, which is Jack Honey.
Yeah,
and that's the market that they went for, that Jack Honey crowd.
So when you put it in that perspective, a 5 is too high.
I won't say that because.
So let me hold up, Rick. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Okay. I'm gonna kind of bust you out. Right. What you drinking right now?
That's not fair.
What you drinking right now?
Hold on. First of all, full disclosure, fam, I'm a snob. Don't put me in a category with
he is the wine snob. So I mean, come on.
I am a snob.
He just told you the 5 too high.
This is not my thing.
Yeah.
Again, the
it's a market out there for
the nuances that she was going for, because I'm pretty sure when they sat her in a room and put her in a room with a bunch of whiskeys, what did you want? What do you want to be your signature taste? She was going for, and she doesn't drink, as you say. Mm-hmm. So she was going for some tastes that they had to manufacture. To manufacture that, they had to use rye, because if she don't drink, she couldn't drink no corn whiskey. She couldn't drink no bourbon.
And then you got to think about it, because I'm not a drinker like that at all. Mm-hmm. So you're absolutely right. So for Beyonce to put her face on something like that, right. It's like I said, I'm gonna try because it's Beyonce liquor.
You're gonna tailor it to what she is. Yep. So again, if I was to go grab 10 random rye drinkers and put this in front of them, they say it was garbage, because what you're looking for in rye whiskey, you're not gonna get in this.
You look for that bite.
Yeah, this is rye.
This is kind of,
but they put it again,
it's in the middle of a
to
good,
the thing. Yeah. They put a rye whiskey in a port barrel. Who does that?
Beyonce.
They were looking for a taste. You tell me another. You tell me a rye whiskey on the market that goes from a rye maturation process to a port barrel.
So no one. To your point, that's what Kevin Hart. That's what Kevin Hart said. They were
trying to. When he did the
tequila, he went and they had some different ones, and he had them add something to make it the Kevin Hart. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure, to your point, Beyonce did the same thing. She was like, it needs a little
sweetness,
something, so the beehive will buy it or whatever, and then they added a little something to it.
And you know what's gonna happen? That shit gonna set up on somebody's shelf.
So that's the thing. This is not a whiskey that's sustainable. It will last as long as Beyonce is behind it and promoting it. Yeah. No whiskey novice is going to go in the whiskey store and say, "Hey, I need that Sir David,"
especially for 100.
Especially,
it's so crazy that you say that, because whatever Beyonce promotes, it never lasts. Like the only thing.
Are you serious?
I don't know anything about her history.
I know you don't. Yeah. But for you to sit there and say that it's everything that she ever tries to do outside of music, it just never sustains itself. Regardless if she goes into this hair, clothing, fashion, everything.
So to her point, somebody smart at Moet Hennessy said, you know what, shit, we'll trash this brand, whatever. We gonna take the amount of sales that she gonna get as long as she gonna promote it, and when it die, it die.
Yep, you got a point.
Because why? Because we own Moet, we own Hennessy, we own Veuve Clicquot, we own all these motherfucking brands that are killing.
Yeah,
we'll let this last as long as it's gonna last, and we'll let it die.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Rick. I can't disagree with that point, man. I can't disagree with that point. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. When We gonna freshen up some drinks, maybe change
I'm
some
gonna Google
drinks.
this Cohiba Rivera.
We gonna talk about this. We give anybody smoke this week?
We might.
Well,
We might.
MLG&W.
Oh no.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. All right. Randy want to give Secretary of
it's a few
Defense.
of them.
Yes, I mean we can pick and choose who's gonna do that shit too.
We can go in.
All right, Smoke fam, we're gonna take a quick break. We're coming back with more Miss Racheal Shantel.
It's the Sir David.
The Sir David done got,
It's all
done
good.
got me. Smoke fam, we'll be right back.
Right on.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Smoke Podcast. We had a couple more willing participants show up, and we let them try this.
And
Sir
to
Davis.
Rachel's point, the women liked it.
Y'all like it?
Y'all like it? See, the women like it. So, hey.
Y'all come around.
That's
here.
influence.
Hey, that's influence. That is influence. That is influence. That is influence.
Look, way to go, Beyonce. It worked.
Hey, you on point when it comes
So
to
here's
that.
a question.
worked.
Here's a question. If you had $20, that's all you had was $20, and it was between buying some Sir Davis or buying some food to eat, which would you buy?
I mean, that's not.
I wouldn't do it like that. I would
okay,
say
David, though, what you say?
I wouldn't do
That's
that.
not a good one. That's not a good one.
That's right.
Some wine. You buy some
had-
wine, some
Would you
tequila,
buy,
or
would you-
that.
Would you buy this or would you buy
Some tequila.
What's your drink?
I love tequila.
So would you buy some tequila or would you buy some of this?
That you can't do that. So listen.
Oh
listen,
my
listen to
God.
this.
Oh
Listen
my
to this.
God.
Give a better
Because-
one. Give a
Let
better
a
one.
woman, let a woman do it. Let a woman do it.
All right. So you got this. You at the liquor store. You can either go between Jack Daniel's Honey. You had that, right? Taste that. Right? Similar. You agree?
A little bit.
Okay. Jack Daniel's $40.
26.
$26.
Or 100.
Or $100 for this.
That's not fair.
That is fair.
I mean, I know,
That's
but
very
it's like,
fair.
look at the dollar difference, though.
But she doesn't know how much that is yet.
Oh, okay,
matter.
right.
She
It
doesn't
don't
know.
matter.
I haven't told her
I'm sorry, yeah.
But I think I will choose some Sir Davis.
because Beyonce's name's on it. I
Right.
told you.
Right.
You can't.
But
But y'all should have
When you
did.
fork over an extra
Look.
$80, though.
For Beyonce, I just told you people were missing their rent to go to her show.
I mean, she got a point. Rachel got a point. Rachel got a point.
I'm just
she got
saying.
a point there. That's a
And
You
great
guys
point.
should've-
my
you should've
wife
did a
does
hidden
not-
taste
My wife is not
and
a
gave her
whiskey
two
drinker,
different types.
but she's like,
And I guarantee she would have not
bring
liked
that back.
that.
Bring me some of that back.
Run that
Yeah,
back.
because it's Beyonce, man.
Yeah, I get it.
I you know, I'm gonna have to go with
But
that.
again,
I'm
not
telling you, the
sustainable.
next time, the
Not
next lady who
sustainable.
walk in here, don't tell her. Give her two different types of whiskey,
Right.
the one you drinking and this one, and see which one she gonna like. I guarantee you, it's gonna be neither.
You know what? I agree with.
I'm gonna
You know
agree.
what? You know
I'm
what?
gonna
But I would
agree.
say this: it depends on which woman it is.
That's true.
Because
That's true.
we
You
know
know
some we know some true whiskey drinking women
Right.
will be like, oh hell no.
Yeah,
Right,
what's
but
the young
the
lady
true
that,
whiskey
that
drinkers.
carries her
What's her
kid
name?
around?
Jamila.
Yeah.
And you know what? And here's the true story. The first person I saw review it that was from Memphis was Jamila. They had it down at
What did
111
she say?
Madison.
I would love
What'd
to
she
know what
say?
she said.
They was just like, eh,
Is it
was
published?
just okay.
I wanna read it.
Because I think they bought a shot. They didn't have a bottle. They just had to pay for their shot of it. And
But I will say this: like, I'm drinking it, man.
I'm drinking it too.
I'm drinking it.
Again.
But I'm putting some smoke in it.
And I'm
going
I'm
back.
smoking it with a great cigar. So
It
let's
is
talk
a
about
great
this. Let's
cigar.
talk
It's a
about
great
this
cigar.
Cohiba Riviera. It's a Maduro box press. So it's kind of a square, kind of a square cigar. It's not a complete round.
flathead?
Yeah, it's not a complete round. So it says up until recently, Cohiba had never produced a box press cigar. It had never rolled one with a Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper on the outside either. But all of that changed when the Cohiba Rivera was launched in the spring of 2023. So this is a fairly new cigar. When the non-Cuban division of the historic brand opted to say yes to both simultaneously. So this guy is giving it a great review. I think this is a great stick. I could easily see sitting outside drinking some of this Sir Davis. And because
I don't know about that shit.
no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I paid $100 for it.
So you gonna drink it
And
too?
I'm gonna drink it all
Fair.
up.
Hey, what you gonna do with the bottle when it's over?
Drop.
I'm sure my wife's gonna take it and probably put some damn flowers in it.
Right. Now, what's the price point on this? Because this is good. I'll go back to this.
I bought it in bulk.
Oh, okay.
So Randy, when you bought this single one, how much did you pay for it? Randy.
I'm not hearing that, folks.
No, I'm asking you how much you pay for the stick.
Oh, man, I have no idea. It didn't matter.
I think it was about. Money don't matter when you work at MLGNW.
What you said?
I think you paid about $18 for it. You paid about $18 for it.
So it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna say you paid $25 a stick, man.
There you go.
It was something. I don't know what it was. But
I mean, you know when the motherfucker the money don't matter.
That's it, man. I remember
pay that bill on
I
time.
remember Randy.
If it cost $40 a stick, I would have bought it because I was right there where you are, Rick. When I took my first drink. Tell him what was it?
Pierre Ferrand, baby, 10 generations.
Oh, really?
Number 10.
What?
And you know,
On the show?
On the show. No, it wasn't on the show. It's his 50th birthday. 55,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
55
Okay,
birthday.
gotcha. All right.
So here's what we're saying, people. Just like with Le Portier, we bought that. It was $100 a bottle. I went down the street and I got some Pierre Ferrand 10 generation for $70. Night and day difference.
Oh, yeah.
Night and day difference. And just like this, I mean, you buying a brand, you buying a name. There's nothing wrong with that. And you know, and you know what? I'm glad I had it. Because now when I go to another city and I see it, I don't have to buy it.
Right. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
Won't do it again.
Won't do it again. Just like I will never buy the Portier again.
Never again.
I do
Unless you
want to
just give it
pivot
to
y'all
It's
though,
not. It's,
because I am
again,
very
not sustainable.
curious.
You
Not
what?
sustainable.
I just want to pivot y'all. I am very curious to get into this conversation that you were just talking about of how they are letting these criminals back onto the streets. I do want to hear.
Oh, we're gonna get it.
We're gonna get somebody. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna get in there.
We're gonna get somebody.
You started and then you stopped.
Yeah,
and I
because-
was
We had to stop. We had to stop. We had to stop.
We
We're
wasn't
gonna-
wasn't ready to get a smoke yet.
Yeah, we're
So-
gonna give them the smoke.
So you like to stick, and I'm not. I
I
will
like
say
the
this.
stick,
I will say-
and again,
it goes good with this. liquor.
It does.
It goes good.
It goes
with this
good.
liquor. It goes
And the liquor's not. It's not bad. I've had bad stuff before.
Right.
That
Yeah.
like you take one sip and you like, ugh, But this is you could.
It's tolerable.
Again,
I'm
it's
not saying
tolerable.
it's not
That's why I
tolerable.
said it's not. It's not
$100
it's-
worth.
Yeah, it's not
No.
$100.
It's
If I bought it, I
$80.
finished
It's
the
not even
bottle, but
$80.
it'd take me a year.
It's not even $80.
I think
I'll go back to
if I had to figure out a
every
price
blue
that I'd be comfortable
40.
spending 40
40.
to 49, maybe 50 at the most.
50 at the most.
Okay,
At the
yeah.
most. 50 at the
50 is
most.
stretching.
Yeah.
I'm saying 30,
It's
40.
stretching. Okay, 30, 40. I agree with you, Rick. I
Rick,
agree
you
with
still
you.
giving it a 5? or
Because
you gonna take it a 3?
you kind of messed me
I'm
up.
gonna give it a 5 because I understand the marketing of it.
fair.
I'm gonna give you this. When you said it tastes like Jack Daniel's honey, that kind of messed it up for me. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I mean, it even has the same consistency. Like,
You know what? I wish we had some Uncle Nearest rye, so you could taste.
No, that's not a good. That's not a good. That's
But
not a good. That's not a good.
what would be a good
comparison.
rye? What would be a good?
No, a good comparison is like she just said, Jack Daniel's honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you need to look past the fact that that's rye because when they put it in that port barrel, it becomes something else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It just.
I mean,
it's
rye typically is not. Rye is a grain. It's not sweet.
it's stronger. It's
not
it's
sweet.
spicy. It's spicy.
It's not sweet. If you put corn whiskey in a rye, in a port barrel, it's gonna be super sweet. It's like
how
you
is
taking-
Hennessy made? That's a cognac, right?
It's
That's
cognac.
cognac.
It's
And
grapes.
And so that's the
really
house,
bad
right?
cognac.
So it's not
It's-
made in a port
Hennessy-
barrel, right?
Hennessy's grapes, first of all.
It's grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's grapes. This is grain. There's no grapes in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We learning you something today, huh?
Well, I just always thought, I don't know how cognac is made, but for them to, I guess, explore this, maybe this was just like a testing.
No, it's a company. It's a company. First of all, Moet Hennessy makes scotch. They've got tequilas out there. It's a company. Don't think of Hennessy as everything that they make is, in the Hennessy family or in the cognac family. They've got, like I said, it's a huge $1 billion company. They got everything. They got champagnes. They've got Moet Hennessy owns Chandon.
Yeah, because you got to realize
Okay,
they get so big, you just start buying
just
brands.
buying.
You
Yeah,
buy brands,
right.
you buy
Yeah.
brands.
It's
No different than
monopoly at that point.
Constellation.
Yeah.
So can I read this?
Brown-Forman?
This
Go ahead.
this was another. The rest of this guy's review. He said it's potent but not overpowering. Things begin. This cigar begins with dashes of cinnamon spice and a black pepper heat before settling into a silky Mexican hot chocolate profile. There's dark cedar woodiness here and there, but nothing unappetizing, making for a moderately sappy introductory phase. So it just talks about the different, because here's the deal. When you smoke cigars, when you first light it, it's gonna have a one taste. If you smoke it, get to the middle, it's got another taste, and then when you get to the end of it, it's got finally a finishing taste. And again, that's why I said when I describe cigars as an hour smoker or a couple hour smoker, that means that if you really sit and you just enjoy this cigar and you sipping, I mean, it's not a race unless you trying to. Again, why would you even start smoking a cigar if you only had 10 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, you just take a couple of puffs.
Yep, exactly. So this is a great stick.
If you ask me, it's a great stick. What do you think of the stick, Racheal?
I think it's great. I think that description was like right on point.
So Racheal, here's
Medium
a question:
body,
if you were to go to a cigar lounge, hanging out with your girls, what would you order for? What would you get for a cigar?
Like
do you have a brand? Do you have a brand that you just like? Let me get one of those.
No, it's not so much of a brand, but I do like a full body. So every time I go, I just try to try different ones.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Give a hand clap for that.
Right, no doubt. Most women don't like full body cigars. That's interesting.
Well, I also work in construction, so I'm a little different. So I say that to say
she a roughneck.
Yeah. When I first started, it was kind of like in the lighter ones, but they burn so quickly that it just wasn't working to hold a conversation.
Have you ever smoked a Tatiana?
Yes.
What did you think?
I don't really like them.
Flavored cigar. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, I don't like those. So I'd rather find one that's more full body. They burn a little slower. You can talk a little bit more, and it can last the conversation.
What's your favorite full body? Or do you have one?
I don't really have a full one because I only do it more as a social thing.
Gotcha.
Close a business deal, right?
Exactly.
Seal a deal.
Seal a deal.
Good one.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that answer. That's a great answer.
So now we are at the point of the show where we are going to decide whether we're going to give a smoke to somebody. And I agree. Rick have your way, man. Have it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know the judge's name, but Smoke Fam, if you're not familiar with local issues, there is an incident that happened at the FedEx World Hub that these guys waited on this dude to get off work and shot him. Did they kill him?
No.
Well, ridiculous. They waited on him on the lot and they shot him. He was arrested. He went to jail. He was let out on his, I guess you call it his
ROR.
Own recognizance.
On his own recognizance, zero bail.
Wow.
And this is not the first time that this judge has done this. And we in the Memphis media and Memphis government completely, we talk about the problem, and it's a true problem. We are letting these guys out. I mean, they're being arrested for heinous crimes, even convicted. It could have murdered the guy. He's let out with no bail. Why do they do that? And why are we consistently letting this happen? I mean, we talk about it when it happens, but okay, so how do we fix it?
And then we are a community that, I actually heard somebody say, all he did was rob a gas station. He didn't rob a bank. I mean, it's still the same shit.
It's the same shit, bro.
It's the same shit.
So I don't know.
Any crime with a gun, bro.
Yeah.
So Steve
That's
Morroy.
attempted murder. That is attempted manslaughter. Whatever you call it. Murder.
Attempted murder.
But you get out with no bail, bro?
Well, see, that's the thing. When you say it's Memphis government, it's Tennessee's government.
It's Tennessee.
Because at the end of the day, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but other cities, when they have overcrowds in their jails, they send them here for us to house them.
Wait a minute. We ain't got no room. We full, y'all. We full. Don't send them to Memphis.
That's something I didn't know.
But that's exactly what it is. So it's a money system, to be quite honest with you. So they send them here, and then they let them out, and then they sit here and they rack up these little small.
So according to Steve Morroy, his office recommended a $200,000 bond. And again, the way that Morroy is trying to say it ain't us. Basically, we all we can do is recommend. It's up to the judge.
So let's do this.
No.
Are they setting more? Are they setting more up?
They are. They are.
That's what it sounds like. They set them up.
They
Well,
are.
this was already set up before he even
Yeah,
had an
but
opportunity.
a lot of this shit didn't happen when Amy was
you
district
never
attorney.
heard about it.
You never heard about any of this stuff. when
No,
Amy was
and
district
this
attorney.
all happened, I think, in 2021 when they changed. This is why I'm a advocate for people to understand their local government more than they talk about the federal government, because these are the same things. What is it, referendums where we all just voted on?
Referendums.
Referendums, right?
And to your point, and you know what, and this is the thing we told everybody, to vote the entire ballot. Go all the way down the list, because it could be, the first couple ones is president, then you get into senators.
Shit
and you
that's
get
gonna
into
make a difference to us right now.
But then if you say, I only came to vote for the president and don't do any of the referendums and don't do any judges or any of that stuff, then you get what you get. So that's why it is important to get out and vote. It is important to vote and to understand the entire
But
ballot.
that's it. You have to understand how it works.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to understand that, because if you actually pay attention to your local judges and you understand when their vote and their seat comes up to be voted on, get out. Go to your town hall meetings. Go talk to your commissioners. You got to talk to these people, and you got to let them know that you care.
And if the election is November the 8th, you cannot start trying to get people to vote November the 1st. You
I mean,
have
we
to start
kind of
now.
talked about that one day.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We talked about that one day, how unfortunately we start teaching people about voting when there's an important election, when this is something we should do on a consistent
But there's
basis.
an important election every year.
Every year is important. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
an important election every year. I agree with you. But but the system that we have is that certain individuals get money to do a voting campaign
Talk about it,
during the voting season.
because that's where the money is.
That's where the money is. So everybody's doing, we got this money, let's do this. We got this money, let's do this. When we should be doing that, like we should be preparing people for the next election. Right now. Right now. But I understand there's no money for it. So
Is it though? Can we talk about people educating themselves? Why you always got to wait on somebody else?
because the average person is not going to educate themselves about voting.
There are no
They're
dumb
just not gonna
questions,
do it.
right? So when do these judges go up for election?
I'm
Is
glad
that a
you.
midterm?
Well, yeah, sometimes it is, depending on when they took it over. So right now, I think that we just had it. We just had ours. But the next one, I think, is every 2 years. But if you don't know, you can just call down to you can call your Secretary of State. They can give that information to you. Or you can call your commissioner, your actual local government, and they can tell you these things. I think is it 411, I think, is the actual number.
Is there, and again, this is me just speaking out, is there a campaign that follows stories like this? Because I'd love to know when this judge is up for re-election.
I think you're
and
gonna
run
have
a
to. I think
campaign
that's
against him.
that's
Because this dude is
research.
guilty of this for several times.
I think that's research that we have to do on our own.
Wow. Okay.
And-
Okay, so I went to
I
my
just
friend. I
did it.
went to my friend's Google, and
Okay,
Shelby
Google.
County Circuit Court judges are elected to a non-staggered 8-year terms or on a
years.
non-part.
Oh, wow, they doubled
So
it.
again, that's why we said no vote, no voice. That's why your vote is so important.
And
because
everybody always overlook situations like that.
But see, this is the thing, like you were saying, when they let people back out, they're waiting for them to get a record long enough to lock them up for a longer term. So they're not really trying to pay attention to the local quick little crime that's going on, because they're playing the long game with these people.
So is
And I
it
think
that
it's
or
crazy.
But
is it
but the
that?
long
Let's
game
look
doesn't
at
work
it.
for the GP.
Yeah, but let's look
It's
at
on
this.
purpose.
Let's
this
look at this.
motherfucker's back out to do some
We
dumb
get
shit.
Tennessee's
Think
trash.
about,
I'm telling
okay,
y'all.
did he shoot one of us or one of them?
Facts. Facts. I see where you're
Did
going
he?
with that. Facts.
You know, I get these breaking news alerts on my phone. A 13-year-old, hear what I say? A 13-year-old shot and this guy out in Whitehaven. 13. Why would what is a 13 doing with a gun?
Anyway.
Why doesn't the parents know where their 13-year-old is at after? You know, I remember back in the day, and you guys probably remember if you're from around here, the television station when they came
10
on
o'clock.
at 10 o'clock.
Do you know
it's
where
10
your
o'clock.
kids are?
Yeah, do you know where your kids are? That's a damn relevant. That's a relevant question in 2024. Do you know where your kids are?
Yeah, more critical now than even back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
because
it's so quick and
it's-
so
it's-
easy to get into something.
The,
It just
the multitude of the crimes right now are committed by these young ones.
Yeah.
So again, it's like
Yeah,
okay,
because they like they're
what
playing
are
a
we
damn
doing to
video
fix
game,
that?
GTA or something. I mean, this is not a game.
No, not at all.
But you know what? We played those same games. We listened to that same music. I mean,
On some level.
So
Yeah.
let me
On
ask
some
y'all
level.
this, because these are great questions, and this is probably going to be loaded, and it's intentional to do that. Do you feel like in the community, regardless of what your race is, it's just a community, because your neighbors can be any type of ethnicity, do you feel that the substance of belonging to a community is gone, which is what we're seeing right now, why people rather go into their own neighborhoods and create these acts of violence? Or do you feel like...
Here's the question. Do you know your neighbors on your left, your right, and across the street from you? Do you know them? Do you know their names?
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you why. Because before I ended up buying my house, I went and I met everybody, because I come from a community that cared about everyone protecting our neighborhood. Just like the mayor said, if you want your neighborhood to be a way, you got to own it. You got to let people know you care. You cannot turn your head to the left when it's mess going on to the right. Hold people accountable. But if you care, like me and my neighbors, we protect each other.
Yeah.
And that's what
neighborhood
neighborhood watch is supposed to do. That's what the once a year annual night out, where everybody turns their lights on and they come out their houses and stuff like that. But then when they go in their house, and then I come and say,
they're afraid. They're afraid of it.
We just had a carjacking. Did you see anything? Oh, I ain't see
No, because
nothing.
now
No.
it's seen as snitching. Why is neighborhood watch seen as snitching?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's interesting you said it, because I did a commercial, and the commercial was called "Why Did You Shoot Me?"
Oh.
And it was basically deceased people asking their people that shot them, "Why did you do that? I had so much to live for." And we did a focus group, and everybody loved the commercial. And this one white lady, she's like, "I love that commercial. I just don't want my kids to see it."
Oh, wow. Did she say why?
She said, "My kids are not subject to this." She said, I think it should air. I think it should air now, but just not in my area.
Wow.
Because I don't want my kids to see it. I'm like, wow.
Except when you get in your car and you come down to a Grizzlies game and you park
Right.
a block away from the stadium, and you've got to walk, and you're accosted by these young people that you didn't want your kids to have any kind of connection with, then you get what you get. Because again, crime does not say, "Oh, I'm just gonna go after the black people."
There it is.
No, it's
There
not.
it
Bullets,
is.
when bullets are fired
Ain't got
and
no
they come
name.
back down, they don't be like, "Ooh, let me dodge." Oh, black
Let
people.
me dodge this
Yeah,
lady
let me
that don't
dodge
want her
it.
kids to
Yeah.
see this.
Yeah.
Let me let truth to light a little bit. Anyway, I moved to Bartlett.
Right.
I stay in Bartlett. My daughter, as we said at the beginning of the show, was a drive-by. It happened in Cordova
Yeah.
at an apartment complex that used to be really nice. The apartment complex right there at Walnut Grove and Germantown Parkway,
Yeah.
the waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter's part of a couple of lawsuits on those apartments right now that we trying to sue, because again, they've got so many incidents that have happened in those apartments in the last year that it's ridiculous. And I found out once we talked to the attorney, said, "Really? They got that many times that the police have been called over there?" Yeah, it's and again, me being in Bartlett, that's not really my community. Cordova is Cordova. That's city. But again, my daughter was going over there to drop some hair off to the girl that was going to do her hair, and this shit happened on the parking lot. My daughter was sitting in her car.
Just sitting in the car, man.
Yeah, and they were firing at the dude that had a record as long as fucking Union Avenue, and she got 8 bullets in her car and 2 in her face.
Wow.
So so again, I feel what you guys are saying is okay, the sense of community, but the sense of community is so wide around the city of Memphis that you have to be concerned about things outside of Bartlett. When I voted, all these referendums y'all talking about wasn't on my ballot.
Yeah, it wasn't on your ballot.
It wasn't on
Yeah,
mine either.
it wasn't on my ballot. The gun thing that was out, it wasn't on my ballot. All I had was the Bartlett, Alderman, and the police.
A bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit. But again, we're kind of intertwined. Back to the county, city, the whole split thing here. You think you move to Germantown, you're immune, or you move to Bartlett,
And you're not.
you're immune to this shit.
Because
again,
everything
we're all
that you
a part
want to
of the
do,
same community.
everything
I don't
you
get
want
to
to do,
vote. I don't get
is
to
in
vote
city.
for a judge.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
because of my zip
You
code.
gotta move
I
your
can't.
ass out of Bartlett.
So here's my joke why I say that's such a great point. But in Bartlett, who's your utility company?
MLG
When you're in Collierville, who's your utility company?
Same thing.
MLG and Randy.
Yeah.
So even though it's the
So
city, but like you said, it affects the surrounding area too. And I don't know why people feel like I'm from this area, I should just stay in my little area, and it affects all of us. That's the mindset.
Just go to a Grizzlies game. Go to a Grizzlies game and look at the people that's sitting down neer the front.
It's not.
It ain't us. It's some of us.
It's affecting them.
I mean, go to a
Fabian
Tigers
can
game.
afford the tickets, but my point is that you gonna leave Germantown. You're gonna leave Collierville.
You ain't going to see the Grizzlies in Collierville.
But those people are parking in the garage too.
Yeah, you ain't going to see a concert in Collierville.
You're not doing it.
Yeah.
Actually, you ain't got shit to do out there.
Right.
But
You
you
gotta
got a couple of restaurants you can eat at. But anyway, this was so great. Racheal, tell everybody how to get in contact with you.
Yes, on all platforms, it's Racheal_Shantel. That's Racheal. I'm a local influencer. I'm doing a lot of stuff in the community. I'm humanitarian as well. I'm an advocate for just knowing your stuff and just learning for yourself, y'all. It's really dope. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Shout out
And
to
Ike,
you.
how they get a hold of us?
Man, we everywhere. You can go to the Smoke Podcast on Instagram, the Smoke Podcast on Facebook, and by all means, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Smoke Podcast, and we got a TikTok channel as well. So, listen, y'all got plenty of ways to get us. And if you need to get some stuff from Rick, y'all go through me. I'm gonna charge you a couple extra dollars. Hey, Fabian said that Trump got elected, and this is the time for us to come up. Yeah, because real quick. So I had to buy a visa to get into Curacao, and I something must have happened, and I wasn't paying attention. But I ended up paying $100 to get me and my wife admission when the shit should have been free. But I googled it. I googled Curacao visa. This website. It looked legit. It was secure. I gave my money.
Hey, you better make sure they ain't charge you some other shit.
Yeah, you're right. Then when I called my wife, I said, "Yeah, I bought our ticket." She said, She said that shit's supposed to been free. I'm like, "Oh dang, they got it." So,
hey, that's when you know you making too much money.
And the tri-state defender, man. If you can vote, vote y'all, man.
You know what?
I voted.
You voted?
Yeah, I did.
You voted, and
I'm on that list too, but for something else.
Oh, okay, cool. Best.
Business or something.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And Smoke Fam, we've been voted best podcast in Memphis. That's cool. And
this is FUBU. For us, by us. This ain't the Memphis Flyer best of Memphis. This is the best of Black Memphis.
Yes.
And it's different.
So hopefully the next time we show up on the Smoke Podcast, we might have our little plaque and we can show everybody.
No doubt. We'll
see.
If you can vote, go on to tri-state defender.
TriStateDefender.com.
TSD.
TSD.
And vote for the Smoke Podcast.
Yes.
If you love anything that we doing here, man, please vote.
And listen, Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm just gonna say this: if you need some libations, I'm telling y'all walk into Rick's place. Hey, first off, everybody's strapped, so you
just don't ask for
straight.
this.
You straight now. You may want to make sure where you park at. I'm just gonna say that you may want to make sure you park somewhere. Just watch your back.
Look,
but once you walk in,
we watching.
What are you talking about?
We watching.
We got security. We on camera.
He got security.
I know, bro.
He got top flight security.
I'm telling them, don't park way over there. Don't park way over there and try to walk with a whole bunch of stuff.
Hey, Rick got top flight security.
Oh, they absolutely do. They absolutely do.
They ready and willing.
And they got everything. Listen, if you need some wine, I think when I was in there, it was a nice little line, and I mean, people was
Rick didn't see him and say, Rick, I just come up to the front.
So I went in the store. I said, "Hey, is Rick here?" Yeah, he in a meeting. Cool. I went and got my stuff. Rick, I could hear him in there talking. I didn't want to barge in. Hey man, let me in here.
I told you should have, man.
I know, but I just was, the guy said you were in a meeting, and I respected that. But I did buy me some Uncle Nearest Green,
and I came right behind you. He said, "Man, your boy just left with about 3 bottles." I was like, so we hit you up.
Yes, we took all that Nearest Green out. That's it right there. So we super good. Oh yeah, so now we got somebody that's gonna try too.
Boy,
yes, we're gonna try.
We got Gina
Look at her.
Neely in the house.
She don't smoke.
Gina Neely in
She
the house?
don't smoke per se.
Well, she came in here. What you got there, Gina? What's in the box?
Empty.
You say nasty pizza?
So y'all, I'm gonna drink all of this. We're gonna drink all of this tonight, except for a little bit.
Angela, little
Angie,
corner.
I got you some. I'm gonna bring you some home, baby. We're gonna take this bottle and we're gonna hook it up.
We
Put
looking
some
out for you,
flowers in
Angela.
it.
I won't be
flowers
going back,
in
but
it.
you can have my share.
Yeah, we tried our we did our one bottle and that's it right there. So
Yeah. All right, Smoke Fam. Until we smoke again, we will holla.
we'll holler, y'all.
This is the Spotlight Podcast.